This week we're talking about riding in the rain. And I just got a lot of personal experience with that because I just got back from a trip through the Ozarks into northeast Arkansas, and I got hit with rain both coming and going on that trip. Got a ton of rain, wind, even some flooding in northeast Arkansas when I left up there that I had to deal with and navigate around on my trip back home. So let me show you some footage from my trip, and let's give you some tips and techniques if you happen to get caught out in the rain on a trip like I did this week. So this was fairly early in the ride, and you can see I'm starting to get a few sprinkles here. Nothing serious, but I'd gone ahead and put my rain suit on, partly because it was a little bit cold, and I knew I was riding into deeper weather by looking at the radar ahead of me. So you can see that I'm starting to get into a little bit thicker weather, and thought I'd just give you some tips for riding in the rain. First thing you want to do is make sure you're wearing the proper gear. So prior to this trip, I purchased some new rain gear, purchased the Tourmaster rain suit. It has pants and a jacket included with it. And the key when purchasing rain gear is you want to buy it 1 to 2 times larger than you normally would so that you can fit it over your protective gear. Something else you want to be aware of riding in the rain, and that's the first 15 to 20 minutes of a rainstorm. The oils and the gunk and stuff from the road begin to lift up during the first 20 minutes of a rainstorm, and you want to wait until that washes off before you begin riding on the road. So generally I'll pull over that first 15-20 minutes during a rainstorm and let some of that stuff wash off the road before I keep going. You want to choose your lane position on the road by what offers the least amount of water. So look for dry spots in the road, areas that cars have traveled, and tracks in the road that are going to allow your tires to hook up better with the pavement. You want to avoid puddles in the road if possible. It may be fun to ride through the puddles, but they may be hiding a larger pothole or something even worse that water is covering up. I've talked a lot about being smooth on a motorcycle in past videos, and this is a time where you particularly want to be smooth on your motorcycle, particularly with the brakes and the throttle and your lean angles when riding in the rain. That's one of the advantages I really like about this Tenere. With traction control and ABS, it really helps to smooth things out, and in addition you can change the engine mapping a little bit to make it smoother as well if you need to. It's common sense to just slow down a little bit when it's rainy and keep a safe following distance between you and the vehicles around you. I try to double my following distance, what I would normally keep in following distance. I try to double that if possible when the roads are wet. Try to take slippery spots straight on if possible. Things like painted lines, manhole covers, pavement sealer, railroad tracks, stuff like that are going to be a lot more slippery when the road is wet. Have you ever been on wet pavement and seen that rainbow-like effect on the ground? If so, watch out, because it's not God's promise to Noah regarding the flood. It's most likely oil mixed with water on the pavement, and it is slippery. So on a motorcycle in particular, you want to watch out when you see that rainbow effect. There are 2 things that'll get you in trouble on a motorcycle. One's being overconfident and one's being scared. As you can see here, I started to get into some really thick weather, and if I had tensed up on the motorcycle, it would have put me at a disadvantage. So relax, be smooth, and don't tense up. Your tension keeps you from being smooth on a motorcycle and keeping the motorcycle under control. As much as you can, you want to be visible. If you ever needed that high-vis jacket or that rain gear, now's the time. Motorcycles are even harder to see in the rain and in fog like this, and a high-vis jacket will really help make you a lot more visible to other vehicles on the road. In addition, adding extra light to your motorcycle when you find yourself in situations like this is going to increase your visibility to other vehicles on the road. If you see lightning while you're riding on a motorcycle, stop riding. Motorcycles are made of metal. Metal, lightning, rain, and you don't mix. Just get off the road for a while till the lightning stops. You want to avoid following too closely to other vehicles on the road, especially 18-wheelers. It's fairly easy to see when just the rain is hitting your face shield, but the mist and the dirt picked up by other vehicles, 18-wheelers in particular, on the road can make it not only harder to see, but they pick up all the dirt from the road, and it's going to make a mess of your face shield and make it that much harder to see. So if you're out on a trip like this and you happen to hit some bad weather, the best advice I can give you is to come prepared, be smooth, and stay calm. Because eventually that weather will break and you'll enjoy some nice scenic views like this.